it was simpler here.
Right up my alley.
Yep.
Okay, let's check it out. You are big on this. What was it like growing up in the 90s and early 2000s? Here we go. We got a slideshow of things. Safe. Yeah. Free of social media.
Hell yeah.
Made memories not constant. Oh my God, what a freaking statement right there.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. Avoided cracks. By the way, that still happens today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
No
I did that the other day.
Pussies.
Blockbuster Friday.
Okay, do you guys remember the plushies from Blockbusters that they used to sell of like the mascots? One of them was a guinea pig, the other one was a rabbit. I still have those somewhere.
You should probably sell them for $7 on eBay.
Yeah,
I'm sure
they're
somebody-
worthless. I guarantee you they're worthless.
Vera, did you ever go to Blockbusters on a Friday night?
Blockbuster was around, it was like already being kind of phased out by the time that I remember being able to spend a lot of time at Blockbuster, unfortunately.
Yeah, because you're
So I
young.
don't have great Blockbuster memories.
Like when Vera's the youngest on the panel today.
Which is crazy because I thought she
No,
was
I
older than
think
me.
How old are you,
Rude.
Blabs?
Very rude.
That's not rude. She just looks and acts more mature than I do.
Yeah, I thought Blabs was
I'm
younger.
29.
Oh, sheesh. I thought you were younger than me. Like, by, like, very
I'm
close
just a
margin,
child.
though.
I'm 12.
Yes.
I'm an old lady.
Yes, we're all old. We span all generations here on Side Scrollers, which is great.
Yeah.
Let's go to continue here. So Hollywood Video.
Yes,
let's go with the
Pizza
Pizza Hut.
Hut.
No internet. Yep. Go figure it out, kids. Simple. Goofy. Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing music.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I'll tell you this. My daughter is going through a big 90s phase right now with music. It was
I
very
love it.
colorful. Amazing toys. Yes. Before it was all Amazon. Did not chain to our phones. Unedited. Extreme.
Sports.
Great consoles. Hot summers. That's still hot summers. Sometimes boring. Yes. How many times do you have to you go in the bathroom or something and the only thing to read was a magazine
Shampoo
or
bottle.
a shampoo bottle. Best movies ever.
Yes.
Free. Yes. Unscheduled. Yes. Bingo.
Ah,
Bongo.
snow days. They don't even have snow days anymore.
You look at well, maybe not where you're at. They do down in here in Texas. Like any sort of participation hits the ground and it's below 32. Like everything shuts
Yeah,
down.
but you can
down
do
here.
it. My point
Same.
is, you can do everything online, right? Like, legitimately speaking, when I was growing up, we didn't have all this shit. So if there was a snow day, there was no school, there was none of that. Now they'd be like, oh, yeah, here's a link, join in online and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
They don't
that.
have that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
No, fuck
so
that.
okay, so nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I mean, we
Yes,
all
it is.
understand that. And that's the thing when you look at a slideshow like this, you see, people saying, I had no that's really what people are man, I keep getting hit up with spam calls. Fucking A, man. That's like the third one during the show. It's
Did you
ridiculous.
sell your phone number to someone?
No, I probably did without
Well,
knowing
he
it.
did
They sold
announce
my-
it on the show.
Yeah. But I'll say this, with nostalgia is a really fucked up drug, right? Because you look back and you say, like, I hear this all the time. I've talked about this on the show. People go, man, I really miss Screw Attack content, or I really miss, watching this, or playing the PlayStation 2. And what people are actually saying is, man, I really miss this time in my life when I had no responsibility, when I didn't have a schedule, when I didn't have a mortgage, when I didn't have all these other things that I got to take care of on a day-to-day basis. I think that's what people most of the time are saying because they associate those memories of watching this or playing that with the lack of responsibility. With that said, our experiences are much different than yours, Vera, right? What is nostalgic for you like that is for us?
Oh, I'm trying to think because like Blabs would probably have nostalgia for like the Disney Renaissance movies when Disney wasn't actually political fucking slop.
Okay, well, hold on. What's that mean? What does that mean? The Disney Renaissance? Is
Like
that
the Cinderellas and Beauty and the Beasts, and then like when Warner Brothers was trying to compete with like Quest for Camelot and stuff, and then like we have Harry Potter, which is right around that time frame, which was like a pretty wide range of ages, but that too.
It's funny you mentioned like the Disney Renaissance, because I if I was to ask Meg what the Disney Renaissance is, she would give you an entirely different answer, which I bet I know what it is, but go ahead, fire away. When was the Disney Renaissance, Meg?
The Lion King, Aladdin, The Little
Yep.
Mermaid.
Yeah.
Like
That
Those
is
all
are
of
the
correct.
same
that.
time frame,
Oh.
roughly. Yeah.
Okay, well, you led with Cinderella, so I was thinking you were thinking the live action remake from
Oh.
a decade ago.
What? No, of course not, Craig.
hate
What do you
these
think
live
I am,
action
remakes.
uncultured?
I don't. I'm just going off what you said, Vera. All right.
You know, nostalgia to me, I guess, 'cause that's what I talk about. I talk about millennial nostalgia on my show on the subject all the time. That's my show. And to me, when we talk about entertainment, yes, it's an escape. I agree with what you said, Craig, but to me, when we talk about entertainment wise, I feel like it's an escape because today Hollywood is trying to make everything so literal, you know, injecting all these political views and social identity views into the entertainment that we consume. And so it sucks. We don't like it. So we're showing that by not paying for it, by not subscribing to it. And so what do we have left? Well, let's just go back to what we enjoyed when we were younger. And now we're seeing these reboots of all of these classic movies, and we're like, leave it alone. Let it live when it did. Let it lie where it lies, and let us enjoy it and have our thing. Don't try to recreate this thing. That's why I did not like the new Happy Gilmore movie. I thought it was a huge missed opportunity for them to write new jokes when all they did was recycle the same stuff from the old one. It's like, well, yeah, it's cool that you introduced a new generation to Happy Gilmore, something that we loved so much back in the 90s. However, you had a huge missed opportunity to introduce new jokes. You've had, what, 30 years to do this? And you just recycle the same stuff?
Yeah, I think that it really does boil down to, first of all, the quality of writers in Hollywood and like the entertainment sphere are just not up to par. But also, they're afraid of being canceled.
Yes.
They are rebooting things in a politically correct way, and then everything becomes sanitized so it doesn't capture the same magic because these writers are afraid to lose their careers and not be able to work for a
100%.
company like Disney anymore because, oh my gosh, we made one edgy joke.
100%. I've recently just broke down American Pie. Blabs, did you ever watch it?
I did actually recently on Plus.
The problem, they just recently showed, and you guys actually gave me the idea because they recently showed it to Gen Z and they were like, oh, so appalled by it. But the problem is, it's entertainment. It's a fictional story. It's about boys that are horny and they can't keep it in their pants in high school. That's reality.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
so
it
why
is.
are we trying to make things
Let them know,
so,
Phoenix.
yeah, why are we trying to make things so literal? Stop trying to compare something that is entertainment. It's meant to be fictional fantasy. And why are you trying to bring it into your real life? Well, that would never happen. Cool. Yeah, you're right. It would never happen because it's a exaggerated storyline. Shut up. Enjoy it. But now we've got writers, like Vera said, that are so scared to take risks, and especially in comedy movies.
A
They're
big
so
problem
afraid.
with comedy, I feel like, is we used to have people like Robin Williams, for example, and Jim Carrey, right? Who replaced them? Nobody.
Nobody.
I can't think of anybody current day or modern day that maybe is under the age of like, I don't know, 40, we'll say, who's as funny, as charismatic, as charming, as humorous, the way that they were kind of during their heyday.
I'll say I think that you're right. There hasn't been. Okay, let's actually walk through this a little bit. In the 90s, and we can go back to the 80s because there was obviously comedic stars. You had your John Candy, you had your Chevy Chase, right, in the 80s, right? 90s, you had your Jim Carrey, as you mentioned, who kind of held up comedy. I'd say in the early 2000s, you had like Vince Vaughn, you had Will Ferrell, right? Those were, but since those guys, like you go to the 2010s, maybe who's the guy who hosts like the Flagrant podcast? What's his name?
Chris.
Oh God, no. What's
No.
that? But a lot of those guys, they're now, you have moved from the mainstream Hollywood to, to TikTokers or YouTubers, right? Or live stream. Like Shane Gillis is good, right?
Yeah.
Andrew
Matt
Schultz.
Rife.
Yeah, Matt Rife, right. But this is a kind of almost a renaissance of comedy. and this is only in the last couple years or so.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Shane Gillis, have you guys seen Tires on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah. Vera,
funny.
what'd you think of Tires?
I love Tires. Me and Wicked were talking about Tires the other night, and it's chat's homework to watch it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's so good.
It
So
is.
good.
It's like a classic, I would say 80s or 90s, early 2000s sitcom. Like it pulls no punches. It's funny as fuck. It's had a couple really good seasons. It doesn't shy away from saying naughty things or doing naughty things. And it's
Kind of reminds me of Eastbound and Down, just like a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say, speaking of Eastbound and Down, the guy who started that, he's been kind of funny. You know, he's kind of
Danny
a one trick.
McBride.
Yeah. I would say, if going back to the 2010s thing, as far as comedians go, the closest thing that you'd have is kind of a holdover from 2000, which is who's the guy in Call It? What's his name?
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. You see, it's
Yeah.
That was actually pretty spot on.
Gross.
right.
And it's
But
like you look at a lot of comedians maybe who were popular, like Jack Black, he's a raging liberal. He makes everything about politics now. He can't make a single statement without it being some politically charged message.
You know, it's funny because I was watching, they have run School of Rock on like TBS, and it just will show up every once in a while. School of Rock is like a really fun movie. If you go back and watch that, like Jack Black, when he was younger, was legitimately really fucking funny, or the what he acted in, you know?
Yeah, even like in The Holiday, where he played like a really sweet character, he was still phenomenal then. Now it's just like him playing the same thing over and over again, like Seth Rogen.
Yeah. But you look at him in what was it? Not Something About Mary, the one where she's fat.
Shallow Hal.
Yeah, Shallow Hal. Like now is deemed as problematic. He probably wouldn't do that today for body
the
shaming,
movie
right?
would get
No, he's
canceled in
actually
a
apologized for
heartbeat.
that, if I recall.
Shut up.
Gwyneth
Yep.
Paltrow
Pretty
has
sure.
as
Look it
well.
up.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Wait, Gwyneth Paltrow apologized for that, but she's not apologizing for her vagina-scented candles? Are we
Literally about to
serious?
say that.
Are we
Priorities.
serious?
I don't know if Gwyneth
Apologize
did.
for that.
I don't know. I just
I
know
think she did.
I think he
I
jacked
think
it.
some comedians have gotten sick and tired of this, where they're like, I want to tell my jokes. I don't want to be careful and tiptoe around my jokes. If you're offended by my jokes, then leave. You don't have to be here. You don't have to laugh.
Yeah, she says that she regrets doing Shallow Hal because it was harmful.
What a bitch.
God.
God, and yes, Jack Black also said, admitted in a 2006 interview, he felt like he was a sellout. He says, I wasn't proud of it, and I got paid a lot of money. So in retrospect, it feels like a sellout.
Well, you know why he ended up making that apology in 2006.
What happened?
It's because he got hired for Kung Fu Panda for 2007.
Oh,
So
good
they were
point.
like, well, he's really good in this role, but he's kind of controversial. So let's make him apologize.
Which the irony is that in Kung Fu Panda, he's a panda who eats a shit ton of stuff, and they make fun of him because he's fat. Right?
Yeah,
like,
that's
joke.
true. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
he's a fat out.
And,
Oh my.
and to our point, it's like back then, the joke was so obvious, right? The joke in Billy Madison is that it's a grown ass man going back to school with a bunch of kids. That's the joke. The
Yes.
joke in Ace Ventura is that Einhorn is Finkel and Finkel is Einhorn. That's the joke. It's always right in front of you in these 90s comedies movie. But then today, all these kids, these Gen Z and sheeple people have to find the underlying meaning of it and why it's offensive. It's like, it's a joke. Chill out. Chill out.
You know,
Like a Xanax.
On another level, if I can take another side tour real quick and extend this conversation probably more than it needs to be already. I saw a video from Sydney Watson yesterday where she was talking about Disney adults, specifically the fat Disney adults that go and they apparently they go every couple months and they tell you all the rides that you can't ride because you're like a 5X or whatever. And yeah, she was talking about like the overall hidden meaning behind all these things. And you're right, man. It's such, everything needs to be acceptable, and it's so fucking soft. And I know I sound so old man when I say that, but I don't know if we've ever seen a generation that is so fucking soft and deems everything problematic. There's the whole meme of like, is there anything that this upcoming generation, the millennials or whatever, what's the generation called? Gen Z now or whatever?
Gen Alpha, Gen Z, and Gen
There's
Alpha.
Gen Z
The word
and
you're
the
looking
newest
for
one
is
is alpha.
useless. That's
Yes, there you go. Thank you very much. That they don't find problematic or are offended by, it's a damn shame. Anyways, I guess with all that said, yes, the 90s and early 2000s were a considerably better time than right now.
I mean, think about like the movies that we had, right? Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, even like little Fantastic Four, that shit was coming out too. Transformers, Star Wars prequels, Narnia, Pirates of the Caribbean. I could go on. You see what I'm saying? Like top tier shit.
Top tier shit.
Yeah.
Obey your digital overlords. Watch this video right here that YouTube suggested for you.